You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
The storyline around the Calgary Flames has taken an unexpected turn, and it's creating a bit of a ripple effect across the league, especially in Toronto, where Nazem Kadri's name always seems to spark conversation. So let me walk you through what's happening right now and why it's gotten fans buzzing again. The Flames, who've been sitting uncomfortably at the bottom of the standings, have been sending mixed signals about their direction. Earlier in the season, ownership made it clear that players like Nazem Kadri were not being shopped. That stance was meant to show confidence in the core and avoid the idea of a complete rebuild. But as the season has dragged on, and the losses have piled up, that firm line seems to be softening, at least a little. A recent report from Anthony DeMarco of Daily Faceoff suggests that Calgary is now actively open to moving forward. It's not necessarily Kadri, but the mere shift in mindset is notable. This is the first real sign that the Flames might be willing to sell, even if selectively, and it contrasts sharply with owner Murray Edwards' earlier insistence that Kadri wasn't going anywhere. What Calgary appears to be considering is a targeted reshaping rather than a full teardown. The organization wants to avoid compromising its long-term ambitions and moving certain contracts like Blake Coleman's, which still carries a $4.9 million cap hit for 2 more years, could make room for rising stars such as Gavin McKenna. Calgary has seen examples across the league where teams avoid total rebuilds and still thrive. The Islanders, for instance, blended veteran talent with 2025 first overall pick Matthew Schaefer and found early success. The opposite has been seen in Chicago, where Connor Bedard struggled with little offensive support around him. Now this is where Toronto enters the picture again. Brad Treliving and the Maple Leafs have been loosely linked to several Flames players, including Kadri, whose potential reunion with Toronto always feels like a storyline waiting to ignite. But even now, with the Flames reconsidering parts of their roster, there's still hesitance from ownership to part ways with him. More realistically, Toronto has been tied to defenseman Rasmus Andersson. Former Leafs Jay Rosehill mentioned that the Leafs had legitimate interest, which makes sense given their blue line needs. But making that deal work is tough. Darren Dreger has pointed out that Toronto's asset cupboard isn't exactly overflowing. Much of their draft capital has already been moved, and top prospects like Matthew Kenny's and Easton Cowan are pieces the Leafs don't want to sacrifice. So here's the situation. The Leafs want to buy, the Flames are reluctant but increasingly open to selling, and Kadri's name remains the emotional centerpiece of the conversation, even if he's the least likely to move. Whether the two teams find common ground will depend on timing, leverage, and just how committed Calgary becomes to reshaping their roster as the season wears on. And until anything actually happens, Kadri's name will keep hovering in the air, because in Toronto, it always does. Stay subscribed for more videos.